Hey guys, Tina here and welcome to another video. This time around I'll be talking about the series that are owned, that are completed, that I want to read this year. I have plenty of those, without counting those that are still ongoing. I'm just talking about the series that are completed, that I have all the books, that I can marathon them, and yes, hopefully I will read a lot of those this year because I have plenty and I would like to finally get to them because I have been postponing them, getting to newer books, and it's I've been neglecting them really, so it's time that I get to them. I'm only briefly going to mention the stories of these books because firstly I do not know them because I haven't read them yet, and secondly I do not want this video to be too long. But the first trilogy that I want to mention is Half a King by Joe Abercrombie. This is the story of Yarvi, who is a reluctant heir to a kingdom that is sort of in ruin. He has to somehow put it back together. I think that's hopefully what it's about. He's disfigured as well, and as such it's not somebody that people really see as their king, and I think he has a lot of problems with that. But yes, before I really ruin this synopsis, this is my first attempt at reading Joe Abercrombie, or it's supposed to be because I haven't read them yet. But yeah, I've heard great things about him, and yes, these were the books that are supposed to introduce me to him. The next trilogy that I have is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. This is a story of a rebellion on Mars as far as I know, and I waited until the last book came out in this edition, and now it's been out for a while and I haven't gotten to these books yet. I sort of thought that I'm going to read them this month, but I just read Marie Rutkowski's The Winner's Curse, which is again a story about a rebellion, and I said, you know what, no, I've had enough rebellions for right now, so I decided to go with another trilogy. But this is definitely one that I want to get to, especially with his next book coming out in summer, and yeah, I definitely want to read these before then, right? I do not want to buy that one before I even know if I like these, right? That would make even less sense than buying a whole trilogy without reading the first book, right? I think it would. Next I have the Powder Mage trilogy by Brian McClellan. This is about an army coup and it sounds really fascinating. Lately I have been hearing great things about it. Chris from the Reading Roads read these books, I don't know, last month or this month, and he really liked them, and I've had them for a while, and I was supposed to read them last summer, which clearly didn't happen, but I do not want to have them unread at the end of the year because that would be really just terrible, honestly. The next trilogy that I want to mention is The Reckoners by Brandon Sanderson. This is about epics who are villains with superpowers and the Reckoners who are a bunch of humans trying to fight them. I already read the first book and I plan to finish this trilogy by the end of January, and if that happens I'm going to be really happy that at least one of these series is going to be done. Another trilogy that I want to read this year is the Ninth Angel trilogy by Brent Weeks. Everybody's been talking about his Lightbringer series, but this one is actually completed. It has been for a while and I own it, and it's about this guy who wants to apprentice with this world-class assassin, and that's all I know. I've heard they're good, but yes, I have yet to get to them, and yeah, I know. As with all of these, I hope to get to them this year, but we shall see at the end of the year, okay? The next series that I'm going to mention, I thought I was going to finish in November, but then my reading mood just got really weird and I didn't even attempt to finish it. The series that I'm talking about is the Finishing School series by Gail Carriger. These are the stories of Sophronia, who goes to this finishing school where she's supposed to be turned into a lady, or that's what her mother thinks, but actually she's taught how to poison, spy, and such things, and it's sort of perfect for her. I have read this first book, Etiquette in Espionage, in July, I think, but never got to finish the series, so, I hope to do that this year again. Next I have Six of Crows duology by Lee Bardugo. I read Six of Crows when it came out, but I do have to reread it and then move on to Crooked Kingdom. This is a story of a crew of thieves who are hired to break out somebody out of a prison, and things are complicated, and well, I guess things get even more complicated in book 2, I do not know. But this is a well-beloved series, and I do want to know how it finishes, so this is another project of mine for this year. Next I have a bunch of trilogies actually that I sort of lost interest in, and now I do not know whether or not I just want to get rid of them or maybe give them a chance, because I don't know, somehow I would hate to just give them away without even attempting to try to read the first book and see, if I like it or not. So I'm on the fence about that, but we shall see. The first one is the Chaos Walking trilogy by Patrick Ness, which is about from what I gather, this society that, you know, where people can hear each other's thoughts, and that's basically as much as I know. I know that this is a well-beloved trilogy, and Patrick Ness, you know, everybody seems to like him, but I don't know, I just sort of am losing interest in this one, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know, maybe I'll surprise myself and actually read it. Next such trilogy is the Mara Dyer trilogy by Michelle Hodkin. I don't even know what this is about. I think that Mara doesn't remember anything or something like that, and she's an unreliable narrator, and I don't know. I know that people like first two books and not the third one, and I don't know, I've had it forever, and I don't know, I'm sort of tempted to try this one, and I think I will, but I do not know when. Next trilogy is the one that I will most certainly give away. I read the first book and I didn't like it, and I see no reason, actually have no inclination to read the second and third books, so yes, this one is almost certainly going to be given away, and I'm talking about the Gemma Doyle trilogy by Liva Bray. Gemma is this girl, she used to live in India I think, and then she moves back to England to this boarding school for girls, and she meets a bunch of egotistical and annoying girls, and she becomes one of them, and she's just as annoying in my opinion. So I really didn't like the first book, and I don't know, I just am not tempted to read the rest of the series, and yeah, I don't know, maybe a mood strikes me in which I will want to finish this trilogy, but yeah, I don't see that happening, not really. Next I have the Ian Yono duology by Alison Goodman. Last year I read The Dark Days Club by Alison Goodman and I really liked it, and I picked these two up. This is the story of Ian who wants to be an apprentice to a dragon or something like that. I know that it's based on the Eastern culture and it sounds really fascinating, so hopefully I will like it. I've heard mixed things about it, so I do not know. I do not want my expectations to be too high and then be disappointed, but hopefully I will like it. And the last trilogy that I want to mention here is The Remnant Chronicles by Mary E. Pearson. I have read the first book way back when it came out, but never got to finish the trilogy. This is a story about a princess who is supposed to marry this prince that her parents chose for her, but she decides to run away, and she, you know, ends up in this small village, not knowing that the prince and the assassin that was ordered to kill her both followed her there, and she gets to know both of these guys, as do we, but she doesn't know which is which, or she doesn't even know that one is one and the other is the other, so, you know, she doesn't know, she's clueless about who they are. But yeah, it's the first book was fun, and this is another trilogy that is well beloved here on BookTube, and I will definitely be reading this one this year, that I know. So as you can see, I have my work cut out for me this year. I do want to actually finish all of these trilogies and series that I mentioned. But the fact is there are a lot of other books coming out, as well as, you know, there's some ongoing trilogies and series that are ending this year, which I didn't mention here, but those I definitely want to finish. So we shall see how my plans with these books work out, and I will let you know at the end of the year. But until then, thank you for watching this video, and see you in my next one. Bye!